Hello,
Hi, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Mom and Me Live. I'm Denise.
and I'm Leon,
I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator,
and I try to help out.
and you do a great job.
That's good.
Okay. Actually, you're an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator now, too.
Oh, isn't that lovely?
Yes, Mom
Wow.
took advantage of the special last week.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah. What did you order?
Well, I ordered a couple of nice things, I thought, and and uh, what the small little stamping thing, the little instead of the big shot, the little one.
The cutting machine.
Yes.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
so when Denise comes, she makes her happier when she can pull that out instead of my big one. She has to say is a lot of work to get out.
I do not say that. Here we go, guys. The stories are changing.
No, you're not. No, they're not.
Yes, they
Yeah. Anything to make her happy.
Oh. All right. So, anyways, hope that you guys are all having a great week. I don't like the weather outside right now. How about you?
Oh, it's pretty darn cold. From what I hear, everybody tells me. So
It is very cold outside.
which I'll find out later when I get out, I guess. Yeah.
And I don't know, but you guys, did you have trick or treaters last night? I never get trick or treaters at my house. There are no trick or treaters.
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah.
Some year I always get candy just in case.
Oh, yeah. And then she gets to eat more. That's the idea.
Well, there's got to be
Okay.
some advantages.
Yeah.
Anyway, so tonight we're gonna make a couple of cards using this stamp set, the Gift of Giving, and that is from the Holiday Mini. So that will be a lot of fun. Looking forward to that. See if I can see any chats. Giving everybody a few minutes to get on. So we'll see. Oh, see what we have. You know what I didn't bring over was my phone. That's what I didn't bring over. So that I could see. So hang on one second.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh my goodness, here we go
She's
again.
on the run again.
I'm on the run.
She'd forget her head if it wasn't passing on at times. But anyway.
Well, thank goodness it still is.
Mm,
Oh, all right. This will help me out so that I can see, because we want to be able to chat with everybody. Oh, look at that. Came right up. All right. I don't see anybody yet, so it is early yet. All right. So I don't have a lot of news because it's a new month. It's November. We have some online exclusives coming soon, November 7th. We have my Stamp-A-Stack coming up Sunday, November 19th. And there's Paper Pumpkin. If you want this month's Paper Pumpkin, remember you need to subscribe by November 10th. But other than that, I do not have a lot of new news right now, right?
kind of quiet time right now.
It's a quiet time for a couple days, so that means we can make cards.
Get caught up, likely. Yeah.
All right. So if you want to play along with us, I'll show you what you will need. We definitely went for some. I just thought we're always being challenged. Sometimes instead of doing heavy duty cards, we want to make cards that we can get done quickly and get out. So this is, like I said, we're using the Gift of Giving. I'm going to turn the camera down.
Okay.
So you can see what we are working on.
That's not level.
What's not level?
That's on that knife.
Oh, it's on the bone folder. Okay. Let's see if we can get this. Ooh, that's pretty good if I can tighten it right there. Let's see if we can do that. We had this before. I need to practice just doing this over and over again.
Just do you get it down pat, eh?
Yeah. Nope, it's just not staying. What do I need to do to tighten that? Okay. This is where I need to dance and sing a jig and everything else to figure out why this is not tightening on here for me. Why is it loosey-goosey? That is where it's loose right there. Sorry, guys. Oh, I got it. I see it. All right, we got it tight. Okay. All right, sorry about that. Okay, let me bring this there, like that. Okay, we're going to make sure that you aren't seeing anything you don't want to see there. Nope, it definitely likes it to be that way. Okay, it's fully in here. Leave site. No, don't leave. Cancel. I must have hit the wrong button there. So it left you. Okay, so.
Okay. Alrighty.
So as you can see in the corner over here, Mom is coloring. And we'll show you in a minute what she is busy coloring. I'm just going to move you a little bit that way because you're in the camera.
Okay.
All right. So for this first card, what you need to have is a 8.5 by 5.5 piece of cardstock. This one happens to be Misty Moonlight. 5.5 by 8.5. Then, oh, we've got some people watching now.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Then, oh, there it is. Let's see who's watching. Whoops, that wasn't what I wanted to do. Okay. So, it's Laura. Hi, Laura.
Good evening.
That would be cool. I wish I could do that. Okay. So then you need this is a 5 by 3.5 piece. This one happens to be very vanilla. Okay. Then I have another very vanilla piece, which is 4 by 5.25. 4 by 5.25. Another piece of very vanilla, which is 3 3/4 by 2.25. Do it there. Okay. And a real red 4 by 2.5. So as you can see, these are the pieces, and it's just a few pieces of cardstock. In fact, if you put it together, it's almost less than one full sheet. It's just slightly more than a full sheet of cardstock. So we're going to turn this into a beautiful card. So of course you're going to take your Misty Moonlight card base, and we're going to score that at 4 1/4, and then we're going to use our bone folder. In this case, I didn't quite score it yet, so I'm just using the bone folder and giving that the nice smooth crease. Okay, the bone folder is very important for giving us that nice crisp edge. Okay, so we have our card base. Then we're going to take our 4 by 5.25 piece of very vanilla. Okay, and with this piece, we're going to take the Misty Moonlight ink pad, which for some reason has, oh, there it is. Misty Moonlight ink pad. Okay, and we're going to take out of this stamp set the stars or the snowflakes. See, it's got just some nice little snowflakes. And okay, so just some nice little snowflakes. We're just going to take, I'll just move our card base out of the way for a minute since we don't need it for a second. And what I'm going to do is just create a little border using this. So it's just ink. I'm going to open up that ink pad. Okay. And we're going to go all the way around the edge of this card. The stamp has some twists and turns in it, and that's okay. That doesn't matter. It's still going to look good. So I'm just going to go along, and when if I don't quite like the way the direction the snowflakes are going, then I'm just grabbing a little piece of paper to cover up where I don't want the snowflake, and that way it just creates that mask for me that I want. And I guess it just puts it where sometimes where I don't want a snowflake. And I'm just going around the edge. Okay, so all I've done with that snowflake is created this very pretty border all around the card. And every one can be slightly different. This is one I did earlier. It's probably not exactly the same, but it is still pretty. And I've just did a very pretty border using just ink and stamps. So this one's dry, so I'm going to use it. Okay. Only takes a couple minutes for this ink to dry, but on the safe side. All right. So we have that. Then we're going to take a piece, the piece that was 3 3/4 by 2 1/4 of the Very Vanilla, and we're going to stamp on it the image of the gifts from Santa Claus. And we're going to stamp that. I just stuck my arm in the blue ink in the Memento Black. The reason why we're doing it in the Memento Black is because we want to color it in, and this Memento will allow us to color without smudging the lines. So I'm going to ink it up really good. I am still just tapping flat. I'm not rocking my ink pad at all, but I'm giving it a nice good coating of black. I'm going to stamp that image in the center of this here and give it a good firm push, not rocking it, but give it that good firm push. And I have a beautiful image of the gifts from Santa Claus. Then we're going to color that in. So there's a couple of different ways we can color this in. We could use the Wink of Stella, which you all know is one of my favorite products. And when I color with my Wink of Stella, I put a little bit of, I squeeze the ink pad, I put a little bit of ink in the lid, and I use Wink of Stella the same way I would like an aqua painter. So I'm not going to get a deep red, but I'm going to get a nice light red from it. So yeah, so you could color this whole thing in using different colored ink pads. So I'm not going to, I love to color. So this stamp set is definitely for my stamping friends that love to color. And the colors I use to stamp.
Have friends that don't like to
I
color?
do have friends that don't like to color. And that's okay.
Okay.
But this stamp set would not be for them. But this is definitely a stamp set for all my friends who love coloring.
Oh, I see.
So I have Crushed Curry ink, Real Red. I have some Lemon Lolly. I have some Mossy Meadow. And of course the Misty that we are doing our background with. So these are the colors plus the black itself and black. So these are the colors that I used with the Wink of Stella. And after, in between each color too, I meant to say too, you just give it a little wipe on a paper towel or something, or on your finger like I just did. And then you can pick up the next color. I could pick up the green and do a bit of green stripes. Okay, so I'm just gonna color that like that. And then, yeah, I just would, if I want to go to the yellow next, I just brush that till I can't see the color anymore. And then I switch to the next color. So, in the interest of time, this is one that I colored earlier using that Wink of Stella. And the Wink of Stella also gives it a bit, it's hard to see on the camera or pick up. I'm going to see if it focuses here. But it will give it a bit of glimmer too, okay? Then it's very simple. We've got our background in this, and then we're ready already for assembly. So we're going to take our card base, and we're just going to glue that on top. So just grab my glue and just go around the outside of that. And we're going to glue that down like that. Then we're going to take our piece of red, remember that was 4 by 2.5, and we're going to glue this onto there, glue your colored image onto there. So I'm going to glue that. Whoops, just threw that away. Hey, Debbie Bean. Oh no, Laura doesn't like color, but I love using the Stampin' Blends. Oh yes, so you can. I'll show you that too. The blends are out here, so you can definitely use the blends as well. So the blends make it very fast to color. Our blends look like this, and they're another way that you could color it. So if I took my image back like that, you've got 2 different tips on here. The so sort of the artist brush, and then the sort of writer's tip. And yeah, I'll tell you, the blends would make it very fast to color in. So if you don't enjoy coloring, definitely the speed. See how fast I can go through with these blends and just have it done in no time. So it is super quick. That's a good idea, Laura. So blends is another way. And then, so we've got back to our card for a minute. We have, so then I'm just going to pop up this in the center with dimensionals. And I put them right here. So we're just going to dimensional. Do you want to show you another way? So Mom used the markers. We also have these markers, which they also have 2 tips, the artist brush and the blend, that one, and show the one that you colored with.
This one here.
With markers. You want to show the camera?
Oh, yes. This one here is practically the same colors, really. But it's just
colored with the markers.
But I think I like it better done with the blends and that.
You like it with the blends better?
Yeah, than the coloring. But anyway.
It looks good though.
Yeah.
So, so yeah, we will use yours in a second on the next card. Do you want to, so Mom's colored this one, and then for our next card, she's actually going to fussy cut this one out. Would you mind fussy cutting that one out?
Yeah.
My scissors are right there.
Oh, okay.
All right, I'm just taking the little the backings off these little dimensionals here. These are the mini dimensionals, which are awesome. Okay, I'm just going to turn this around for a minute so I can put it on here. And then my other very vanilla piece that was 3.5 by 3 3/4, I would put in the inside to do our sentiment. So this was just ink and paper, but it ends up being a very pretty card. So that's one of our simple cards. Also, one way you could step it up was in last month's Paper Pumpkin, there was some, what I like to call it stickles. They called it glitter.
Glitter. Let's see. What are you doing?
I was going to put it on Santa's cuffs. What do you think?
It should be pretty there.
Yeah. So I just thought that would. Now this takes a long time to dry, so, but that will just give another little pop for this card. Or you could take like that puffy white stuff that, you know, you heat with the heat tool, but then that would be more complicated. This is very simple. Of just adding a bit more glimmer and a bit more dimension onto his cuffs with the puff. So there you have it. Our first simple card done. All you need was inks and paper. All right, next card and dimensionals, I guess, and glue. Okay, so the next one, what you're going to need is a piece of 5.5 by 8.5 Night of Navy, or you could do the Misty Moonlight again, doesn't matter. A 5 by 3 3/4 piece of Mossy Meadow, or a green of your choice, so blue-green, and then a 4 3/4 by 3.5 very vanilla. Okay, so this one's going to get layered this way. So we're going to start the same way with using our bone folder. And giving it that nice crease. All right, we don't often do 2 cards, but I was just having so much fun that I couldn't stop making cards. So that's why we're doing 2 cards tonight. Okay, and then this 5 by 3 3/4 piece is just gonna get glued straight onto there, onto your base. As soon as I find where I set down my glue.
You didn't give it to me.
Huh. Well, that was kind of crazy. Okay.
Did you drop it on the floor?
That's what I'm looking to see. Oh, yeah, I did. I dropped another very vanilla piece down there, too. I'm not sure what that is. Okay, I'll get that in a minute.
Belongs to something else.
Belongs to something. All right. I'll figure it out in a minute when I'm missing it. So this is just giving us a slightly thicker border than we did on. Oh, don't stick your finger in the stickles.
Oh, dear.
I just stuck it in the stickles. It's a slightly border than that one. It's a slightly smaller border. I'm all sticky now. Okay. Silly girl. Okay, so we have that just there. Then we're going to set that aside for a minute. Okay, and we're going to grab our very vanilla piece that is 4 3/4 by 3.5. And we are, for this one, I used an oval die. You can use any shape you want, really, but I used an oval die, and just to create this mask, and I cut it out of very thin paper. You don't want it out of cardstock This was just out of a piece of our grid paper. So a piece of photocopy paper is about the what you want, and not good quality photocopy paper, the cheaper stuff, because you want this to be thin to make your mask with. So then I'm just going to put this down. Oh, and the other thing I did was, so in order to make this slightly sticky so that it doesn't shift, I put a little bit of Tombow here, a little bit of glue, and then just let it air dry for a minute so it's just tacky. Okay, and now I'm just going to set that on there. We're going to use our good old blending brushes. So this is mine's looking very well used now. But these are really soft, just gorgeous. There's thousands of bristles in here, which make it so soft. So we're going to grab one of our blending brushes. I'm actually going to move our fake table off of my glass mat, because you know how it is better when you're blending to do it off of glass. If you don't have a glass mat, you could use, I was using a glass block, an acrylic block before. So a glass cutting board, anything like that. So you're better to have that. Then I'm going to grab the Misty Moonlight ink pad. Don't worry that it's a darker blue. That's fine. This is what matches our outside of our card. This time I'm going to close the lid because I want to grab the ink from here. So again, in a circular motion, I'm grabbing the ink from this ink pad, and I'm going on my glass mat first. So yes, I'm getting blue ink on here, but it's because I want to come in very carefully to the card. I want to start on the paper first and come in so I don't get harsh lines. I don't want any. If I were to just, I'll do it on the back and show you. If I were to just come straight into my card, I'm going to get this. I'm going to get those harsh lines. So by going in the glass in the circular motion, bringing it into the paper and coming on to the cardstock, I'm getting a nice light look as opposed to that. Okay. So again, I'm just picking up a bit more ink again. I'm going to come in from here and just bring it onto the paper. I still don't want it to be too deep a blue. I want it to, this is going to be a nice light background, and I'm just swirling it to give it that nice textured look. I don't even need any more ink than that. In fact, I even have probably a bit too much ink on this one. More ink than I wanted. But that's okay. Okay, and I can pick up a little more from the glass now with this ink and bring it in if I wanted to. Okay, that's what the nice thing about the glass is. Then I can just clean that ink off the glass. So the reveal, when I peel this off now, it gives me this beautiful background. So I have a card with this oval shape in the center. Okay. So now with that, now we're going to take the back to the same with the blue. We're sticking with one shade of color here with the blue ink, and we're going to take our star stamp again, or I call it stars. I guess it's snowflakes. So I'm going to open up this, and this time I'm going to do a border all the way around my oval, but I am going to do it just in the few corners here. Okay, so I'm just going to put this here, and I'm just going to do a couple of, oh, I shifted, hold on, just going to do a couple of snowflakes in that corner above my oval, and I'm just going to do a few And this one above the oval. And this one just in the four corners of the oval. Okay. So it's just giving it just sort of a nice little accent around my oval. Okay.
That looks
Now,
turned out very pretty.
All right. So now we're going to glue it onto here. Oh boy, that's not the right size. Let's trim that a little bit.
Oh, she
That was-
moved.
That is not the right size. It's supposed to be 3.5 by 4 3/4, and that was 5. So let's fix that. I wondered why my oval wasn't quite centered there. That's better. Okay, now I'm going to glue that down. Okay. All right. I'm going to glue that there. I'm going to use the black ink, black memento. I'm going to use my Santa stamp again.
Wow. Oh, dear.
Did that surprise you? I think I did surprise you on that one.
Yeah, you did.
I did. All right. We're going to stamp that right there. So, look how pretty that is. And then it's not done because remember, Mom colored in this beautiful Santa. And so now we're going to put some dimensionals and pop him up right there in the center of the card. Your masterpiece is going on.
I'm just not pleased with that blue color.
You're not happy with the blue.
Not happy with the blue.
No, it's that one's
dark
kind of
or-
a dark. You know when
yeah.
you're not. Okay, so Mom's not happy with her blue color. So here's a little tip. Whenever you're not happy with something, again, I say Wink Stella. So I'm going to come in with the Wink Stella and I'm going to just hit on top of it. And we're going to just tone it down a little bit with this.
Oh, we
will try.
Yeah.
It's too dark. So we will just add a little bit of our other blue to it and see if we can lighten her up a bit. So there's never anything
Covering a multitude of mistakes.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
So yeah, I cannot say enough how Wink Stella needs to be in your kit. Everyone's basic kit. So that is going to lighten it up a little bit. I think the other thing I would do is grab my aqua painter. Try my aqua. So this one's my aqua painter. This has water in it. So I'm just going to drop a bit of water in here. And we're just going to tone this again. Oh, not too much though, Denise. Let's see if we can do this. Get rid of some of this color. So I was actually getting this tip from Laura. And I actually didn't hear it from Laura. I was hearing it from Laura's mom. My sister-in-law was telling me that Laura was showing her how you can take the inks and add a little bit of this to create this, to take some of the color and spread it. So yeah, it's a great tip, Laura.
My gosh, yeah,
You're liking it much
getting to
better?
look better. Yeah,
Yeah.
I wasn't happy with it at all.
Yeah, no, it looks good now, doesn't it? So we've managed. So if you don't like a color, it's not the end of the world. See, you can fix it up with a bit of, all of our inks are water based. So it means you can hit it with some water and take a bit of it away. Look at that.
Yeah,
That's much better,
That's
isn't it?
much better. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So aqua painters, Wink Castellas, good things to have in your collections. All right. Oh, it's just a little damp though. That,
Oh, don't shrink.
I don't think it's gonna shrink, but that dimensional doesn't want to stick to water.
Oh dear.
There we go. We'll make it work. Okay, it's just because we needed to give it time to dry. If you were doing this at home, you would give your paper time to dry, but we weren't giving it time. So now that's just going to go right on top of our stamped image. The reason why we still do the outline is because it's raised, you'll still see a bit of that outline underneath, which is cool. It creates that shadow look. And ta-da! With just inks and paper, we have another beautiful card that says Gifts from Santa Claus. And yeah, we can add the stickles again if you wanted. So this is our 2 cards using the same stamp set and just using inks and paper.
Oh, very good.
Hope you enjoyed that this evening. I know that we had a lot of fun making them.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And it's fun. That I think it's challenging to just do ink and paper sometimes, but it shows you that, because I think these are very pretty. Yeah, I like them. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Well, like I said, I don't have. Yeah, thanks, Laura. It is a fun technique. So I'm glad you shared it. Oh, I like that. Laura says, sparkles make all the disappointments disappear.
That's good. Yes, right.
I think that one might have to go up on the wall. All right, guys. Sparkles make all the disappointments disappear.
Right.
There we go.
Yeah.
All right. Well, like I said, hope everybody had a great week. We will see you next week.
Great.
Bye for now.
Bye-bye, everyone. I'll keep smiling until